Hello you guys, welcome back to the channel. Wow, what a week it's been. It's Friday. I'm making this video while you should be watching this video. I haven't started the vlog. I haven't started a reptile video. Asthma, because I'm stressing. It's been one of those weeks. Thankfully, this week was the week I was determined to try and do a shorter Falconry video. For those of you that said a 5-minute, it ain't gonna be 5 minutes, but you know what I mean. It's that time of year now where people are getting birds, their first birds, new birds, thinking about getting birds, putting deposits on birds, hoping for new birds. So I'm going to do some top tips interspersed with the weekly Falconry videos. Some of the stuff very simple, some of the stuff simple that even a lot of sort of, I guess, hardened falconers still, you know, think, oh, I've not got a good way of doing this. I'm not happy with how I do it. Let me show you some little tips born of me doing this sort of thing for a long time. And really, falconry shows, falconry displays, that kind of thing. Because when you are a display falconer, not just a falconer, you tend to fly lots of birds over a shorter period of time. The display falconer could fly 3, 5, whatever, half a dozen birds in an afternoon in a session, and maybe flying 10 or 12 birds a day to keep them fit for those displays, all needing different amounts of food, different presentation of the food and so on. So this top tips is going to be how to look after your glove and how I use and what I use for my food pouches. Enjoy. Okay, glove care. Let's just look at some of the stuff we'll need. Don't start a job without a mug of tea. Obviously that's important. Glove care for this video, we're going to need a wire brush. Not a thick sturdy one with massive thick wires. You know the sort, a couple of quid from the pound shop, if that makes sense. You're going to need your gloves. I've got a couple just to show you. Some neats for oil, something to clean your hands on, or if you're sensible, some surgical gloves. I can't be bothered to walk around the back and get them, and you know what it's like. I've always got hands that are battered and bruised because I don't use the right kit for them. But there you go. There's some stuff. Let me show you what I'm going to do. Okay guys, day-to-day care of your glove. Hang it up. Hang it up. Don't just chuck it down. That's going to be more likely to get damp, bacteria. A mouse or rat's going to eat it. Your dog's going to find it the best rawhide chew ever. Hang your glove up day to day. Day to day cleaning. You fed some birds on the glove. Next day, before you start work, before you start handling your birds, your wire brush. Batter it with a wire brush. Get all that yolk residue that you didn't clean off yesterday with a damp wet wipe. I do use a damp wet wipe, believe it or not, to clean my gloves, to get the excess off before I go home. I've done that for many years, never had anything go wrong with the birds or the glove. That's up to you. There are chemicals on there, like bleach. Next day, everything's dry in the glove. Before you start handling your birds, go outside, don't do it inside. You're absolutely scrubbing all that dry fluff off if you've been feeding chicks, all the yolk residue. Day-to-day care, that's it, ready to go. I don't need to do anything else. However, before I go any further on this video, let me tell you this much. One thing for sure, if you've just spent 100 quid or more, 200 quid on a bespoke tailor-made glove from a British manufacturer or a US manufacturer, if that's where you live, rather maker. I think manufacturing makes it sound too mass-produced. First way of finding out how to look after that glove is to speak to that individual maker of your glove. That's up to you. I'm telling you what I do. It works on all the gloves I use, bespoke or otherwise. There are 1 or 2 makers that use very, very, very soft, almost suede-like material, which, to be honest, once you feed food on those gloves, they go shiny anyway, but they are going to change appearance if you do what I'm going to do now. For all the gloves I use, this is your day-to-day care. Wipe over before I go home with a wet wipe, dry it up with a bit of kitchen roll. Next day, we give it a damn good scrub and we're ready to go. But eventually, your dirty, sweaty hands are going to get so disgusting in here that inside and outside from the muck is going to get foul. And you will get bacteria inside, you'll get sore hands and itchy eczema even. And of course, whilst this is dry, bacteria really struggles, and I've never had any problems with what I'm going to tell you. Certainly in the damper times of the year, you're going to want to keep more attention on your glove. And that also brings me to the winter. If you don't keep yours indoors and you keep it in your shed, your mews, that kind of thing, it will go moldy if you don't keep an eye on it. You really don't want mold going anywhere near your birds. We don't want to risk aspergillosis, certainly not with a young bird that's suffering from stress. Don't let your birds go moldy. Don't let your gloves get mold on them. If you've got a spare glove, keep it in the house somewhere clean and dry until you need it. Don't leave it hanging up in the shed. Even if it's clean and dry, once the damp winter weather gets here, it will still mold. The next step will soon take care of that mold if it does go moldy. So I've decided it's got a little bit grubby over time. We need to give it a damn good clean. And if we've got a spare glove, that's even better. What we're going to do is we're going to throw it in the washing machine. Throw it in the washing machine on a short wash. It doesn't have to be boiled to death. Throw it in there, and then it's going to come out like this glove over here. I had to filter around. This thing's been laying on the side for ages. It's going to come out absolutely as dry and as hard. This is a thin glove, but you'll hardly be able to use it. Now, of course, I'm rushing this video, aren't I? And I'm missing stuff, and that's really winding me up. It's going to come out of the washing machine wet, for goodness sakes, and it's going to come out soggy and soft. Let it air dry. Let it air dry. Don't put it on a radiator. It will go so hard that it will make the next step even harder. Just let it dry in your house, somewhere warm, and when it's nice and dry, it will be crispy and stiff. First thing to do, just beat it up a little bit. Beat that thing up. Get it as supple as you can, and then stick it on your hand. And we're going to sort it out once and for all. This nice, let's say, clean washing machine wash glove. Now that's stripped a lot of that oil out of that glove. That's why it's gone dry. The natural oil's out of the leather. We need to put it back in to protect the leather, give us a wipeable surface, and make it comfy again. Get your neat's foot oil. I pour some in the cap here. Work it in with your hands. If you've got a really dry glove, don't be afraid to get it in there. And it's going to suck that up because it's so dry. It's a natural product, remember. It's going to suck up the neat's foot oil. Just get it in there. It doesn't. I don't want you to get it wringing wet. That's why I use my hands and nothing else. Work it in. Your hands also, if you're not wearing gloves, the warmth of your hands, just like oiling the lovely walnut stock on a gun or something. The warmth of your hands gets that oil in. Work it in, work it around. Get it in all the little grooves and joints. And this glove, you don't need to oil the inside, and you don't need to absolutely larrup it, soak it on so it soaks through and you've got oily hands on the inside. We're not soaking it like that. We're just putting some of the natural oil back into the glove. Something I can tell you now, neat's foot oil. Been using it for 30 odd years on my gloves. No bird has ever got sick or ill. Remember, we're just working it in, and you can see how this is changing. I'm sure the sound effects are dreadful. I'm not going to do any more for the sake of the video, but you can see 1 day's use, that'll be supple again. It's still dry on the inside, but this will soak through, it'll work its way in further, and your hand movements will have this glove back to normal, nice and comfy, absolutely clean, a wipeable surface, and a glove that will last you for years. I've got a glove that I paid 12 quid for. Cheap old 12 quid glove. Most of my gloves are cheap old gloves because I can just throw them away. I hardly ever do. They take ages before they get full of holes from talons. A little bit of care, absolutely brilliant. That's how to take care of your glove. Honestly, it works a treat. Next up, what to do with your food pots and your food pouches. Let me tell you what to do to make your life easier, keep everything clean, and everything just works smoothly. So you're going to get yourself, oh gee, oh I got that fat. You're going to get yourself A nice vest for Falconry. It's going to cost you 25 quid off eBay, or you're going to go somewhere like Forbes Falconry Supplies and you're going to get yourself, whoa, a pucker Keith Wakefield vest, which will last you forever, more or less. It's up to you, isn't it? Sometimes you buy quality, it lasts you forever, or you buy cheap, but you just replace it and throw it away. Sometimes both ways work. This is what's going to go inside here. So here's your pocket. I can see a chick wing in there. Goodness me. No maggots this time. In your pocket, when you get this, and on this bit of Velcro here, there's a little food pouch that you can slide your hand in and get your bettings out to recall your bird. It's a nice flat bit of plastic. Here's what to do with it, let me tell you. Take that ruddy thing out, chuck it in the bin. Fiddly to get your hands in, fiddly to clean. You're rummaging around for food, just don't waste your time. We've been flying these birds for years, but as I said at the beginning, flying in displays, that kind of thing, really makes you hone what works easily and well. Here's what to do. Get some spread pots, utterly, butterly, I don't know, Nordpack, whatever suits you. Get some of these, guys. You can even get a little pot like this. Here's what to do. You put your bettings in here. A little pick, maybe you're going to use, let's say chicks, so they're a bit generic, aren't they? We're going to use chick legs with the feet cut off in there, maybe cut in half. But if we want to, we can pop that in there and put some even smaller bits in there. And you don't need to look to feel what you're getting out. In here, we're going to put 3 or 4, 5 or 6, whatever, whole day old cockerels in here for your pickup or whatever you want, maybe an end recall, maybe you might need a big bit to tie on a lure in an emergency. And then they're in there, that goes in there. Now it doesn't go all the way down because it's got 4 chicks in there, 6 chicks, whatever, sits on there like that. And there you are. Bettings of 2 sizes if need be, and big bits in here. And I'll show you where we're going to put these guys. We're going to put these guys straight in here where that stupid little food pouch was. And we put our hands in. We don't need to look. Hold on. We don't need to look. We can feel what's in there. There's small, there's big. Easy peasy. You're not fumbling around trying to open your food pouch. Your hand's just in there. And then, of course, stop the bird getting its head in there. Just like always, you clip it down. It's all one-handed. You don't need to be looking at any of this. You know what it feels like. But here's a great thing. Born out of flying various birds in displays and hunting. I need to swap it over. Bend down, put them on the floor, one-handed, swap them over. Now I've got the big bits quick. So I'm going to fly a bald eagle, and I need bigger recall bits for him. Back in the pocket, in a blink of an eye. Really, really easy. Honestly, guys, get rid of those stupid, thin, flappy plastic food pouches. Get something that just gets in there and is easy to use. And then, at the end of the day, chuck them in the sink, washing up brush, hot, boiling hot water, well not boiling, hot tap water, a little bit of washing up liquid, give them a scrub out, and there they go, turn them upside down, let them drain till tomorrow. There it is. If you don't like them, throw them away, get yourself a different colour set, maybe yellow ones are what you like, but you're never going to see them, they're in your pocket. Guys, tried it all of my staff use these, different size ones, they're just so quickly interchangeable. And it works so well in your pocket, easy access, you're not fumbling around, your birds come in and you think, oh, I need a bit of food as a reward, oh, I can't get that, oh, it's all gone wrong. Pop open a popper, put your hand in, whichever one, and there you go. Honestly, absolutely free top tip, totally free, totally recyclable and throw awayable and renewing, easy to clean, easy to use. Well, I hope that video has been a little bit different. I'm going to get some more of these in now because as we run up to that sort of September time, people are going to be getting new birds and their first birds. So we're going to go over some of the simple stuff. I know cleaning your glove might seem simple or how to look after it. I see people with the most disgusting minging gloves and I just think, why? Why? Food pouches. If you don't know what you're doing or you don't know, you're going to get those vests. The food pouches are in there. Someone's going to tell you what they're for. And you're going to think, oh, that's a good idea. And forever, they're going to annoy you. Chuck them in the bin. Just do that tip. I'll get some more stuff in. Maybe how to use a clearance line. Again, simple stuff, but those kinds of top tips in amongst the rest of the stuff we're doing. Wow, guys. That's better. When you've got nostrils my big, I sometimes worry I'm going to lose you up there if I don't have the camera up here. It's been a tough one. I'm off the old drink. I really want a cold beer, but I'm not going to. Oh, see you in the next one. Please subscribe. Please tell me if you enjoy the videos. Please tell me if you don't enjoy the videos. Please give me some feedback. It all helps. The channel is starting to take off a little bit again now. Thank you for your input, and I'll see you soon.